Hey everybody, my name is Lauren. I'm going to train you guys a little bit on tracking. You should have by now created a hundreds list, your first 100 people that you're going to contact or reach out to. I personally always have a hundreds list going. I have been a coach for over 2.5 years, and when I finish one 100s list, I go to another one, and it just creates a funnel over time that you will be able to reach out to people and follow up with people. And it's just a continual addition to your contacts as you are joining groups and making new friends and new followers on Instagram and so on and so forth. You are going to want to constantly keep a list. So, in order to keep track of those people that you are talking to, you need to have some sort of tracking. So today I am going to train you on Google Streak. So something to mention that's very, very important as you are starting a business, or even if you've been in the business a little while and you don't have a business email, I would strongly recommend creating a business email. And this business email needs to be something that is easy to the ears, something simple to say, something that's memorable to people that they can maybe remember even if they don't write it down. For example, mine is lboyd.bbcoach@gmail.com. My entire downline, my entire team, for the most part, has a very similar email where it's their first initial, last name, .bbcoach@gmail.com. For example, Carly's is fitcarly@gmail.com. I know a lot of people that have fit their first name or last name. Or if you have a very original name, even your full name at gmail.com. The reason that I am telling you to use Gmail is so much of the training can be tracked. And for example, I have every single thing that I use on my Google Drive. I don't use Word, I don't use Excel anymore because all of that is accessible in Google Drive and it's saved in the internet. So, if your computer crashes, it's still there. So, I'm personally, like I said, I'm going to train you on Google Streak. The reason you are looking at Google is I'm going to really start you guys from the very beginning of it and take you through how to start your initial tracking. As you grow your business, it can become more detailed, and I can maybe do a training eventually in the team page on more details and whatnot, but right now I'm going to keep it fairly simple for you. I don't want to overwhelm you. And then at the end of the training, you are going to also learn how to set up your personal coach training for when you start bringing on coaches. So as long as you have Google Streak set up, then you should be good. Now, disclaimer, this is not the one and only way to track. This is the way that I personally have found the best way to track. I know that Carly uses Google Sheets. That's another way to track as well. People use pen and paper. I have done that in the past in a way I'll explain in a little bit. I still kind of do that a little bit in order to get people into my Google Streak, but I have just found over 2.5 years that this is the best way that works for me personally. So play with it. If it's not for you, it's not your jam, there's so much more out there, but this is what we are going to kind of train you on here. So I just hope it makes sense. And if you have questions, in the New Iron Edge team page, once you finish this training, there is a tab, or there's a picture that says questions, and feel free to ask questions. You can tag me in that and let me know. Okay, so let's get started because I don't want to make this super long. So all you're going to do is type in, and you'll see I have it here. Type in Google Streak, and it's going to come up, www.streak.com. Don't go down here, that starts to get a little freaky. But it's the first one, and it's going to pop up something similar to this. Oh, disclaimer as well. You need to be on Google Chrome, I believe, in order to have this. So Google Chrome, or just, Chrome. So it says for me Streak is installed. It's already installed on my computer, so I can't click anything, but it'll stay right here, install Streak. It takes literally 10 seconds, and it attaches automatically to actually not just one of your emails, but all your Gmail accounts if you have multiple ones. For me, I've got like 3 Gmail accounts, and it's attached to all of them. Okay, so that's just how you go to it. So this is my personal email. It's not my actual business email because I wanted to train you guys from the beginning. So you're going to see once you have Streak, it's going to come up here. And if it's the first time, it might take a few seconds to like register. But then you're going to drop over here, and a little bit ways down, you're going to have your regular inbox, it's sent and all that. You're going to have pipelines, and you're going to click new. The one that you want is going to be sales and CRM. You're going to click that. You're going to want it to private because you're going to want it by yourself, and then create pipeline. And it's going to come up like this, and it's going to have a lot of mumbo jumbo on it. So I am going to literally take a lot of this out. So I'm going to remove contacts. I'm going to remove assigned to. Some of you can delete, and some of you can remove. I'm going to remove all of the. Oh, it's telling me to remove color. There we go. Delete stage. Stage. We are going to, okay. Y'all, I'm going crazy. This is what I want to remove. I did this last time. Okay, I want to leave notes because sometimes I like to write notes. See, this one says hide. You don't need a close date. Sorry, 1 second. My little thing is in the way. Y'all, I'm sorry. I have when I do the Streak training, it gets in the way. Okay. Hide, you don't need deal size. See, some of them you can delete. Some of them you like the stage, but some people I know like to keep stage in there. I personally do not, so I hide that. Okay, so right now you're left with name and notes. So after this, you can now add columns. So I'm going to go to Magic Columns, and I am going to put, and I'm going to show you guys. I want days in stage. This is going to tell me how long they've been in the stage. I'm going to have Magic Columns again, and I am going to put in date of last comment. And I'm going to explain those. So those, I just want to, like I said, I want to keep it very, very simple. So now we're going to go up here, and we're going to name our stage or our pipeline. And so this is just going to be tracking. Again, you're just going to start this from the beginning. If you want to do one, I personally have one for Facebook and Instagram separate. So if you want to do like tracking Facebook and tracking Instagram and do 2 just identical, that's fine. I know it's really good to master one social media at a time. Okay, so I'm going to go here. So as you are reaching out to people, what you're going to do is you're going to rename stage. So really the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to say friend requests. You should be friend requesting or adding to your contacts list 3 to 5 people a day. You're now going to go, the next thing is as you're starting to post on social media, you're going to have people that are liking and commenting your posts. So from here, you have this option, but I'm going to put it on here. Post likes. What I do here is at the end of the day, I will go through my posts, and I typically, like I said, I have 3 to 5 posts a day, and I will go and see who has liked my posts, and I will put them under here. This is what I did at the beginning. I now have a running list on a piece of paper. If you are more pen and paper and you want to do that, and then once you message them, add them to Streak, that is totally fine. The other one I have is if people have commented, and I will put them in there. I do this at the end of the day. Okay, so now we're going to get rolling and grooving here. So after you have your post likes, your friend requests, and post comments, these are 3 like green flags for you to send messages to people. So when you have people under here, you automatically have a funnel of people that you can talk to and simply say, hey girl, I saw you on my notifications. I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you doing? It is that simple. A friend request example. Thank you so much for the friend request. Are you into health and fitness as well? Or if you got that friend from a group, talk about what you guys were talking about in the group and just thank them for accepting your friend request. And then if they comment, that's like a big green flag, and say, hey girl, thanks so much for the comment. That post was really intimidating at first for me to put up there, but I really appreciate the support. How are you doing? Very, very simple. Get the conversations flowing. So like I said, you're going to have these 3 are going to create your funnel. So the next thing you're going to have is message sent. This is once you send them that message. After that, you are going to have forming. This is when you are in the stage of really kind of going back and forth between messages. This is, you will funnel people into this pipeline once you're talking to them back and forth. So basically once they respond to your message. After that, you're going to, yes, we're going to talk about this. You're going to say invite sent. This means that you have invited them to a group, okay? And then as you go on and go for, I'm not gonna make it more difficult than this, but you can add after this like coaching invites sent. If you wanna get more specific with your invites challenge group or free group invites sent. So you can get a little more specific however you want to. I'm a very general person, so I like to keep mine fairly generic. And then I do have a no, not right now column, and this is people that have actually told me no. They just don't know it's no, not right now. But I keep them in there and I keep following up with them. And then right here, I have my cold conversations. And this is really people that haven't responded in a while, and I will kind of follow up with them on a more longer period of time. So here is, come back. So here is what it looks like. Isn't that pretty, guys? So pretty. All right, so let's get to how we add. Alrighty. So say I have a friend request. I'm going to click new box. And it pops up just like that. And let's see. Let's do, just making up names while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so Katie Ward, for example. So this is her little box. Now, if you click this box now, she has a, thank you. She has a box. So say I am talking to her. I can say, I don't even know what today's date is. Let's say the 27th. And oh, sorry, this is a friend request. So I would say friend request accepted. All right. Did I add that? Y'all, I'm going crazy. 7/27. Friend request accepted. And you can write and then you click post, and then you now have notes on her. So say the friend request is accepted, and I continue talking to her, and I send her a message, and it says, hey girl, yeah. Something along those lines. All right, so that is she started liking and stuff one of my fitness posts. So I now move her to message sent, and I click okay, and so now it's telling me this message. Now I do a lot of my work through Facebook and Instagram Messenger, so I just copy and paste my messages in here. If you are doing email, that's actually even a little bit easier because you can hook emails directly to this. So, but yeah, so there you go. And you just literally move them through the stage. So say she starts messaging me back, I'm going to write all the details, and then I'm going to move her in this stage. And then say in the meantime, so I'm going to move her here. And then we're messaging 2 days later, and she's talking about her kids, yada, 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 yada. And then I say, oh my goodness, Dad didn't like me. Thank you. And then 2 days later, we're talking, and I say, hey girl, by the way, I am hosting a support group for women who desire to get healthy and fit in the midst of being a mama, because most of my girls are moms. And notice this phrase, by the way, very not threatening, nothing. It's just like, hey, by the way, and it's not, hey, I think you need to lose weight. It's just a healthy community for moms, for the most part. And so that would be my invite. So I'm going to post that, shows there, and after that, I'm going to click invite sent. And it is that simple, and it goes, and I'll go back to it, and it's moved her through all of this stuff. So for example, what I like about the days in stage is the fact that it will tell me how long that they've been in a stage. Forming, I strongly recommend that people stay in that stage no more than really 5 days. You want to move people through these funnels very, very quickly. If they're friend requests and they have been in there, a friend request, post like, and post comments, they should not be in there more than 1-2 days max. If you've sent the message and they haven't responded in a couple days, go ahead and just send them another one if they're continuing liking, and just say, hey, I know life gets busy. I've just seen you liking a lot of my stuff. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? People get busy, guys. So it's okay to resend a message after a couple of days. But between forming and invite sent, you want to stay within about 3 days. And then, if they say no, not right now, you can move them here, or invite them to a free group. That is another option. So this is really the synopsis. If you want to do, I'm going to break this down really quick. So if you want to do email, you can, so who did we do? Let's see. Say we just do this at Gmail. I can attach her to a box. So I have Katie. I knew this would do this while I was doing this video. Y'all. You can attach them to a box. It did this when I was working with Carly the other day too. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, we're just gonna pretend she's not in a box because, okay, so you might have to play around with this for a minute. It ended up working, and I don't know why it is not working right now. But what you should be able to do is click add to box, and if you have a box already created, it should say suggested boxes, but it's not going to do that. So we're gonna pretend she's a new person and click create new box. and it will automatically go to the first box or the first category in there. You can send her an email, and all the emails now will be tracked in there. So, yes, I'm sorry that did not work how it was supposed to. It gave me a fit yesterday too. But what I love about this is this one. This little box right here is called snippets. And if you are working on an email system, you can go in and create what's called snippets. And if you have different, specific scripts, or I don't exactly like scripts, but specific emails that you use, then you can, save them. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on this one yet. Stay tuned, because snippets are going to become very, very, very important in your coach training and how you train your coaches afterwards. But this is something very general, very specific, or not general, that's totally hypocritical, but contradictory. I can't even think, guys. It's contradictory of itself. It is simply specific. I'm going to say that. It's simple. It's a simple way to track, but in a very specific way, and it allows you to have I'm going to delete this one. It allows you to have your boxes and just track your conversations. I'm assuming most of you are going to be using Facebook and Instagram, and it just allows you, just pretending that it's Instagram, you can do the same thing, create box, and then you can just put their handle at whatever, and then just start copy and pasting your conversations from there. So I hope that helped. Like I said, I will do a video as well for you guys on how to set up your coach training. And that is at the very last email that you will get. So congratulations on getting this far through the training. And I look forward to training you more on the last day before you get added to Iron Edge. So welcome, and I hope this helps. And please don't hesitate to ask questions. Email your upline. You can email me at lboyd.bbcoach@gmail.com if you have any specific questions. And best of luck with this process.